Hey everyone, have I here bring a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we got hint number 4 for the worldwide celebration, and now it seems a little bit more clear now. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So normally I would play this without the sound, but it's very important at the end of the 4th hint that we hear it. So I guess I'll just kind of turn this up here. Right here. If you guys can hear that, at the end, it basically is the Super Saiyan aura sound. It's clearly that. Now, the interesting thing about this is it doesn't tell us like everything, but it leads to eliminating several things a lot of people were thinking about this worldwide celebration and speculation of this worldwide celebration, what was going to be. So I'm not going to go through all. I guess they're not very long. So this is hint number 3, hint number 2, and then hint number 1. So I guess I can explain my thoughts on what actually it is that we're seeing in just 1 second. So let's talk about, because it's the Super Saiyan aura here at the end and we hear that clearly, we know for sure now that Dragon Ball Saga is no longer an option, all right? Because of course Super Saiyan wasn't even a thing in Dragon Ball, right? So that's done. Also, anybody who was thinking it was Saiyan Saga still, that's done, all right? So really, it's back to my initial thought, right? My initial thought from Clue 1 was, oh, this is going to be Broly, Movie 10, Second Coming. I tweeted that really, I don't say right away, but when I first saw the hint, and I think everything was kind of leading toward a movie celebration with all the LRs and stuff like that that I've talked about in my last 3 videos, right? And just the 3rd video, the last video that I did, it just got me confused because what it was, but now I kind of have a better, clearer understanding on what I think I saw. So let's go back to the clues here. So let's go back to clue number 1. So I think that this is actually a Saiyan pod. This is a Saiyan pod flying, coming down, right? I still think that's the case because that was the first thing that I thought was the Saiyan pod. It's going fairly slow compared to what we just recently saw. And then what we saw was the Saiyan pod actually land, right? So this is flying. I still think this is the same pod. It lands. Now, there may be some discussion here on, okay, well, that also could be Super Saiyan energy there. But I think it's when the pod lands, this is when Broly basically lands on Earth, the Second Coming. And there you go, right? So, and then this one here, the Flying Nimbus, is basically a person, right? It's not Flying Nimbus, it's actually a person. It's actually a Super Saiyan flying around, right? And then we actually hear right here that they're moving a lot faster here now, right? So it's like boom, boom, and then boom, lands on top of this building, and then we get the Super Saiyan glow. Now, I do have to say, like going back over in this one here where I thought that the pod might have landed here, right? There is a similarity where it might have landed on the building and the Super Saiyan lightning comes up and see the little glow on top. So that could just be relating to maybe another Super Saiyan landing on a building, and this is another Super Saiyan landing on a building in hint number 4, right? That's also a little bit concerning because it doesn't really follow what the Second Coming is really all about. Was basically a battle kind of more in like the mountain side, you know, a lot of rocks, and that's kind of where they fought. This one here, they're in buildings. So someone said something about like, you know, is this going to be like the BoJack movie? I was like, well, that's closer in like a city fighting, things of that nature. But Super Saiyan is really the main thing here. I just think this guy's basically what these hints are is Super Saiyan versus Super Saiyan. So we're going to get 2 Super Saiyans. I think one of them is going to be Legendary Super Saiyan. And this one here could be Broly here. I don't know if there's like a green tinge or anything that it goes along with that. Or maybe just been, you know, normal Super Saiyan form before he goes into Legendary Super Saiyan form. And then maybe here on the hint number 2, was maybe another Super Saiyan landing on another building. Again, it's not clear. It's nowhere near as clear as, you know, previous years on what the heck is actually happening. All right, we're seeing. We thought these were Saiyan pods. These might be just, you know, a Super Saiyan's flying around the area, right? That also could be the case there as well. But anyway, so I'm going back to my initial thought that it is going to be movie Broly 10, Second Coming. And I'm not going to, I'll quickly go through the slides here. I'm not going to reiterate, okay, well, I looked at the 130% LRs, looked at the EZAs, boom, we got movie bosses, movie heroes is really what I'm thinking here. And I think we are going to get basically a movie celebration. And now it's a little bit more clear why these two would EZA, because if it's going to be Broly and a Gohan, which I'll talk about in a second, then this makes like all the sense in the world that we're going to get these two LRs happening in the celebration. And I still think that this is what we're going to get in the countdown, right? So the funny thing is, when you think about what people were thinking, you know, if it was going to be Demon King Piccolo and Goku, having this EZA is also movies, and then also it's Goku and Piccolo. But now we can take that off the speculation there, and you know, this is going to be basically a movie celebration. That's what I honestly think that's going to happen. So initially my thoughts were, okay, we're going to get a Dokkan Festival exclusive Broly Carnival Family Kamehameha. Then I said, okay, it could flip-flop. Now I think it's even probably more likely if they're going to go dual Dokkan Festival exclusive route for part 1 versus what they did in the Cooler celebration with, it was Dokkan Festival exclusive and also a carnival, right? And of course they did this in another previous celebration as well with the 9-year anniversary. So if they go dual Dokkan Festival exclusive right off the bat, right, we could just get, you know, a Super Saiyan Gohan that's basically a family Kamehameha type of unit, right? So I think that can happen on there, but I'm sticking to my guns. I still think it's also going to be Dokkan Festival exclusive and Carnival, and it's going to very just mimic the Cooler celebration where this all kind of initially happened as well. I think we're going to celebrate movie 10, and then we'll do another movie next time, and it could be right. The next movie they celebrate could be either, kind of go back to this here. Oops. Could be either, you know, Turles or Tapion here. So, because I'm thinking, I think they're gonna maybe stick with Turles here, and then they basically do Tree of Might in part 2. So that's where my mind is at. That's where I'm going with this now with all this information. Part 1 is going to be, or countdown, part 1, and then Turles part 2 for Tree of Might. And the hint right now is Super Saiyans, and I think it's talking about, you know, Gohan and Broly here. So those are my thoughts. Those are my predictions. I just should have stuck with my first prediction and just stuck with it, which I kind of have. But the third video, I was just, again, scratching my head. But I think we're there. I think, you know, I'm back to 95% that it's going to be Worldwide Celebration, part 1 at least, for Broly Movie 10, The Second Coming. Let me know what you guys think after seeing hint number 4. And are you guys more confident that's going to be Broly? Are you guys thinking like totally something different where it's more other types of Super Saiyans? Remember, that would be saga-wise would be Frieza Plus, right at the end of the Frieza Namek saga, and then there on out. But again, the building thing is the only thing that's like, okay, I'm kind of, it's not following like the movie there. But hey, technically speaking, you know, I think this is Aura just makes up everything here. So it got me to go back to 95%. Anyway, I'm just rambling on here. Let me know in the comment section what you think. If you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We will catch you next time. Later.